G'day dear friends, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, so part 5. Part 5 of this gorgeous woman who I'm just painting, and we're up to part 5. So last week I did. I tried to cover the bottom part of her, like the neck and the collar part. But, you know, I really want to get into this, and I will get into more detail, of course, but I really need to get going with this. Hi, Cherry. Hello. Hi, Chandri. Hello to you as well. All right. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to just at least put something there, because, you know, just and I know I've got to be patient. I will be patient. So I'm gonna and for all of those who haven't been following, this is a inspiration from Share Your Art with Xrissart, and seeing that all our friends are doing all of these inspirations, and I hardly do any of them. It's not because I don't want to. I want to do all of them, but I'm strapped for time. So I thought, nah, I can't use that as an excuse. So I will. So that's why I'm doing this, and I've chosen one of these on Share Your Art with Xrissart. Every month we put I call them inspiration, because what it does is, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know what to paint, and you go, what can I do? Well, this is just an inspiration. Okay, so you can then, you know, you might want to, you know, you don't have to do exact. Sorry, I put up 3 references, and they're all royalty-free references. And then each of you, then if you decide that you wanted to do some of these, you go ahead and do them. Now, it is without, you know, you don't have to do exactly how it is. You can change it up, because it is an inspiration. Any medium, any style, any interpretation. Gosh, try to say that five times fast. So hence, with me, I've decided, because this particular reference includes some of her arms, some of her, like her breast or chest area, where there's a lot of, you know, jewelry, let's just say. And but I decided to just cut it and just do this part of it. This is on Anthracite Pastelmat, one of the best papers ever. Pastelmat. No, it's not the best ever, but it is, like in my books, just up there, like so up there, like I don't know how far. And so here I am doing this project. Hi Nuria, hello, how you going? Nice to see you. Few days with less oh yes, I did see your post. I hope you're much better. I hope you're feeling good. All right, so I'm going to get with the program. I just wanted to know, I just wanted to see how everyone is and what's been going on your side of the world. Because I tell you, there's, I don't know, there's always something going on where I am. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna start to do this. I'm gonna start to, there's a lot of intricate stuff here, so I've got to see how I'm going to tackle that. But let's just go. I'm going to go here. She's got sort of like a band, some kind of a band thing. So what I'll do is I'll just put some under, like an underpainting, so to speak. And the colours which I'm mainly using, it started out as monochrome, but I decided I needed more than just one colour and a few shades. So I'm calling it limited palette. And by limited palette, I mean limited palette. This is it, the burnt sienna group and the red iron oxide group with black and white, and a bit of raw umber, because I like to mix that when that particular colour when I'm mixing colours. Horsewoman, hello, how you going? Nice to see you. Abigail, hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is truly well. So I've got to go dark first. I don't want to go too dark. That's my thing. Oh, look, I'll do this. So, what is new? Pretty please. What is new? No, I think I'm going to mix because my base is not as dark as I wish it was. So I'm going to use a bit of the burnt sienna and a bit of the dark. All right. You know, some say I talk too much, and they're probably right. Yes. Tell you what, for me, thankfully, it's the weekend. I've had such a busy week. When I say busy week, it's probably always busy for me. But I tell you, being amongst art supplies every day certainly does bring a smile to my face, I've got to tell you. Yeah. Oh, you love my stories? Okay. There's always a story, isn't there? There's always a story. Yes. You know, sometimes, like, I'm not a very good storyteller. Here we have 0 degrees heat wave. Is it still cold up there in the Northern Hemisphere? Surely not. Surely it must be getting warmer. I'm so jealous. Actually, the weather that I like these days, I mean, I always prefer the heat to the cold. But sometimes, like, I understand the heat can get too much. But I'm definitely jealous of you all up there now. Oh, g'day, Lynn. Hello there. How are ya? Nice to see you. Now, you can't say I don't give you a nice warm welcome. Hello, Nanette. Warm indeed. Come on. Oh, yes, I do have a story. Ah, yes. I got to tell you, okay, Netherlands still is only 15 degrees. I saw that Nuria, can you send a bit of the warmth to us? Okay, we celebrated the King's birthday this week. The Dutch King? Who's, because I know, well, not that I know, but Europe, like the royals, there's so many there. There's the, oh, look, yes, Spain, Denmark, oh, yes, you'll have to tell us. Okay, I'm getting better, am I, Nan? Oh, dear. Well, I will tell you a story, but I'm not sure whether it's a really interesting one, but it's a story that, for me, Elvis, Netherlands, okay, not Elvis, the king. Oh, I see, now I got it. The penny drops, okay, it does drop eventually. It does drop eventually, but anyway, so funny. Willem Alexander, well, okay. Well, happy birthday, Your Majesty. There you go. Well, with 40 degrees, I can send you a lot of warmth. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll tell you, well, I will tell you a story. Yesterday evening, I went to an exhibition because for all of those who may not know, I am Australian. I live in Australia. I live in the eastern side of Australia, New South Wales. And for all of those, so if I can give you sort of a geography, let's just say Lake Macquarie or Newcastle. Okay, that's where I live. And I also work in an art shop. Okay, and what happens sometimes in an art shop, and not only art shop, but like all of us, we get to see through social media and all of that, artists that have their exhibitions. And there's this local well-known artist. His name is Rod Bathgate, so I will name him. He is a fantastic artist, and he paints in all kinds of mediums, but I think his niche is soft pastels. So if he's watching or happens to get wind of what I'm saying, I do apologise if it's not more on the soft pastel side, but he does lots of other things, oils and acrylics and all of that. Anyway, to cut a long story short, we went and saw he had an exhibition yesterday, and it's probably going for a couple of weeks. And there's nothing better than seeing an artist's work close up. It's one thing for you to see, like for example, and like here you see, I mean, you're seeing my process and you're seeing this painting, but you're not, you know, and sometimes I refer to it, oh look, you should see it in real life, that, you know, the colours, the camera is not doing the colours justice. Anyway, so we go to the exhibition, and he's got some fantastic work, and all kind and two types. One is more I wouldn't call it abstract, but it could be it could be abstract, but it's so like it's in another world, very surreal. Actually, that's probably the word I should be using. There's a couple of surreal images and some realistic paintings of the local area. Anyway, and I thought, well, this is an opportunity for me to have a look at his work close up. I have a look at his work close up, and honestly, I have to drag my jaw off the floor. Just an amazing artist, right? Just, ugh. And I'm thinking to myself, and he's doing all of this like in soft pastel. Anyway, there were what I was particularly fascinated with was his clouds, and the way it really did look like a photo. Honestly, it really did look like a photograph. And even more so, when I went up, like there was this scenery, like the sky, and then the trees were, you know, like in front of it, right? And I'm thinking, how the bloody hell did he do that? And I'm thinking, and I know I'm going to ask him because I'm going to see him, I'm sure, again. And he was using, I'm pretty sure, look, please don't quote me, fixative spray. I know. Like fixative spray. And I'm thinking that's the only way. Now, I don't know 100%, but I am pretty sure it is fixative spray that he's used to be able to get the kind of layers that he did. And it's not dull. So I'm going to have to ask, how the bloody hell did he do that? And not only that, I'm going to have to link Share Your Art with Xrissart. I'm going to have to link some of his artwork. And I'm thinking, how is he doing that? So there you go. I'm thinking, fixative spray? Fixative? Oh, now you know how many times on this platform here, have I talked about fixative? I just can't. I can't, and because I know what I've seen, what I've done when I've done it, and I'm so many people. But I'm thinking, how the hell is he doing it and making it look so bright? But let me just have a look to see if I can say hello to other people that have come in. Okay. Lisa, hello. Vicky, stay there, hold that space, because I got to tell you. Okay, hang on a sec. Hi, Vicky, how you going? Okay, Ava says, Chrissy, can you share a link to his art on... I will, absolutely. Vicky, and I did say hello to Lisa. Vicky Vicky lives in, let's just say, Newcastle for the purposes of the World Wide Web. Vicky does live in Newcastle. Vicky, you should go have a look at Rod Bathgate. He has got his exhibition. I went last night. Go right up close, darling. Go right up close. You've got to see it. I think it's Cooks Hill Gallery. Oh, geez, I don't know. I can't. Who is this man? Yes, Vicky, Rod Bathgate. Go on, go have a look. You're a hop, skip and a jump away from there. You should go have a look. Okay, I use fixative too. The secret is to use a little mist and not to drench it. Yes, I've seen artists use fixative on the base layers. Yes, so I'm thinking, oh, I've got to ask. Okay, oh, I have done a workshop with him. There you go. And he is such a nice man. He's got like hair down to his waist. I'm telling you now. He's got hair down to his waist and he's just the most delightful. This is the only way that I can describe him physically, and the most gorgeous blue eyes, right? And he's the most nicest man. And I'm thinking to myself, how are you doing it? I don't know. How are you doing it? But I want to do it the way he does it. Oh, that sounds naughty. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking, wow, how is that? How is he doing that? So I'm going to experiment more, and I may have to eat my words, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah. He doesn't use... No, he does. He does use fixative. But I've got to have a look. Only at the end to seal. Oh. Yeah, he's a fab old hippie. That's right. He looks very much like a hippie. Yeah. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Yeah, he's a surf. Yeah, well, you know what? He probably was, because he's done a lot of oceans and seascapes and stuff like that. But yeah, look, I don't want to be eating my words about fixative, all right? So, because that would be something else, wouldn't it? Yeah, no, I don't know how. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I think I forgot to draw this out. Okay. He does. Oh, he does. Is that what did I say? He doesn't use fixative. He does love fixative. Yeah. Yeah, you should go and have a look. I thought to myself, really? Really? I thought, There we go, that looks more balanced. Yes, so the story about fixative. Now, you know that I'm not keen on it, and I'm still not keen on it. But I just want to know how he did certain things. So I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that's the only way he could have done it. And he shares. He's not a mysterious fellow or anything like that. He loves sharing. But yeah. Let me see. Okay, Chrissy. Could you also do a live stream of just birds going on the sound I hear? Oh, yeah. Does Australia have a bird live stream? I don't know. Ideas, yes. Ooh, you're going to have to explain. Okay, exactly what yeah. Make a CD with bird sounds. Oh, yes. why not? I'll sit there, and I don't need to sit there for long. I'll tell you that now. Hang on, they've gone all silent on me now. They've gone silent on me. Yeah. So, yes. They've gone a little bit silent on me. But yes, what a great idea. Yeah, so that's the story, the fixative story. I'm thinking, how? Like, how many have I used on this program? How many have I used to test with to show you what my results were? There is one which I probably, if I was going to go, look, I'm not even keen on the Clairefontaine one. I mean, it seems all right. Look, I think because I'm coming from an angle where I've had so many bad experiences, maybe it's the way I use it, but then so many people have used it the same way. So it's going to be that kind of conversation, that there will be a whole heap of people that will be extremely for fixative, and there's going to be a whole heap that are going to be against it. Of course, I'm on that side of the fence, but you know what? Should I be sitting on the fence now? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. You know that I will share what I know. So, most definite. Okay. Chrissy, I have used the steam iron to fix the first layer of the horse on the paper. Really? Steam? Tell me more. Really? How did you do that? Heidi, just popped in. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you as well. Yes. I don't know. Steam, how would you do that? I'm learning. See, learning every day. I love how people experiment and talk about, okay, how do you use the steam iron? Well, that's my question, exactly. Please explain. You're going to have to explain, Yuria. Definitely. Okay, Vicky says, I use it to fix only the darks, never the lights. It allows you to darken an area. Oh, gonna have to think about it in a big way, because I'm still not convinced. That's the thing. I think that there are ways to use it. I think definitely ways to use it, but I'm not sure. I need a lot of convincing, I think. Yeah. Doesn't the steam affect the paper and warp it? Things to consider. See? Yes. See, for me to keep this straight, I've taped it down underneath. Now, when I usually finish and I store these away, they do curl. Some curl more than others, but they do curl somewhat. I can't stop that. I can't stop that. The only way that will stop is if I matte frame it or just stick it on a matte board or Corflue board or something like that. Yeah. Okay. I put it 12 inches and just a moment, and it worked great. You mean you've got your iron and you've got it 12 inches above your painting. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, with Pastelmat, it's not a problem because Pastelmat, you can use water on it. Nothing's going to happen to it. But I'm thinking, what it does is the interesting part. Yes. So, well, you know then now what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to test some more and see where have I been wrong. Or maybe not wrong, but maybe it's in my testing. But I've never had to fix. I've never had to worry about fixing, which is yeah. Oh, really? 12 inches above your, and then, oh, the steam. Okay, my old iron would spit at me. Really? That's unusual. Very unusual and very interesting. So, can I then just ask you then, Yuria, to fix the first layer? So you're fixing it with water, with Pastelmat. Okay, can I ask you how? Okay, this is very interesting. You've got that's right, Cherry says, you've got everyone thinking. So can I ask you then, Nuria, what made you think to do that? Like, where did you get the idea to do it? Because it never would have occurred to me that to do that. I mean, how ingenious. And if you're saying it's working as well, okay, you have to wait for it to dry well, and it works. Oh boy, I'm going to try that. Thank you for sharing, Nuria. This is really cool. Most interesting indeed. Yes. Good question. On Pastelmat. This idea is very interesting indeed. Oh, now the birds have started to decide to chat with us. Okay, we'll be ironing on the next week's stream. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Looks like I'm going to have to cover all of this before I can even do anything detail-y. But I just want to cover this up. I can't look at it anymore. It's like the 5th time we're getting together with this, and I can't not cover a lot of this. Yes, I think that's very interesting. Wow. I mean, 2 interesting things this weekend. How I saw those paintings done, which I'm going to ask about, and the steam thing. Okay, I have a painting I did with Soft Pastel, Faber-Castell, 29 years ago. It is hanging on a very sunny place. I used fixative and it has a UV glass. The colours are still so vibrant. Is that right, Abigail? That's incredible. Okay, so Heidi's saying, so Nuria, after it dries, can you touch the surface with your finger without it coming off? Very good question. And what happens when you put more pastel on top? Does it sort of reactivate or loosen the prior layer? Very good question. So the first question is can you touch the surface with your finger without it coming off? That's the first question. And the second question is, what happens when you put more pastel on top? Does it reactivate or loosen the prior layer? Seriously, you're going to... Oh, okay, Abigail, take a picture and put it on Share Your Art with Xrissart. Definitely. Okay, I have a charcoal that I did in the Dark Ages. Fixed it with hairspray. It's still perfect. Oh no, don't talk about hairspray. That's okay. I stop right there with hairspray. I cannot do hairspray because I used hairspray once in my early days, thinking that that was an alternative, and yeah, it ruined my piece totally. Okay. The teacher at the Art Academy, where I'm going, advised me to. Well, okay, but the question is, Nuria, like what Heidi asked, can you after it's dry, can you touch the surface with your finger without it coming off? That's question 1. And question 2, does it move around, or does it reactivate? What happens to the pastel on top? Yeah. Hi, AMD. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Yes. But you know what? It's like with everything. You've got to try things. And this is certainly something that is very interesting to me. Thinking, how the bloody hell would you do that? Okay, I know I'm a firm believer. No, I have not, AMD. I'm so sorry. I haven't had time to have a look at the book, but I will have a look when I get a chance. How about that? But thank you for asking. Yeah. Yes. So, very interesting. Revelation. I can't even say it properly. Revelations. Oh, it's a bit of a tongue twister for me. Yes. It's incredible what... See, this is... And this... It all comes... You know, when we're sort of playing and we're discovering things, like, for example, Nuria sharing her fixing situation with the the pastels, it all comes down to playing and discovering, and if you don't play, you don't discover things. And it just comes back to that. It always comes back to that. Or, you know, if people are concerned about a style, which, you know, I'm not really fussed on a style, I suppose. I mean, it's always nice to be known for a particular type of way that you paint. But I don't concentrate on that as much. I actually prefer to paint things that that inspire me or keep me interested or make me do a double take. Oh, what was that? You know what I mean? But definitely playing is something that I think definitely playing is something that helps you discover things. Neri says, when it is dry, it can be painted over without any problem. Well, what do you know? Yeah. And Annette says, yeah, I think that in the Dark Ages, maybe the hairspray was formulated differently and was better or closer to what an art fixative is now. Maybe. The Dark Ages, yeah. Yep. Definite. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so always play, you know, and people will say, what's the best of this? What's the best of that? I don't know if there's the best of any kind of art supply or paper. I mean, I carry on about Pastelmat being like the best and best. It's only because I enjoy it, and for me it is very nice, right? A very nice paper. But there's so many other beautiful things, art supplies, paper, I mean artist quality stuff. You know, they don't have to be well-known brands. You know, it could be brushes, anything, you know. The best of what? I would say the best is what is good for you. I think that's what the best is. Yeah. Okay, Lisa says, I use fixative and it works for me. I can put it on the Facebook page. Yes, please do. And fixative for me stops the big smug, like as in like things going muddy. I think that's what you mean. But the pastel will come off if you rub hard. Hairspray is a definite no for me. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, that's. Oh my gosh, I get. I don't know. Just. Should I use it? Oh, jeez. Look, I'm willing to give anything a go again. Do you know what I mean? Like, definite, of course. But, you know, wow. When I saw that paint, when I saw actually a lot of his paintings, and there was like a crispness and a clearness of like certain edges and stuff like that. And like, you know, someone who paints, you know, sometimes can really tell straight away what's going on, right? My question is how does it look like that? Do you know what I mean? So they're the questions I'm going to be asking. So yeah, how does it look so fantastic? Because I am so sure there is no way. I'm looking because and I'll tell you how I came to this conclusion. Because there's the sky, and the sky is lovely and sky blue, pastel sky blue sky, right? And then there are the trees that are in front, and the trees have got all of these lovely little branches, and I can't see that. I can see a distinct separation, but that's how it should look. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, how did he do that? Did he do that? Did he fix it first? Like, did he fix the sky first and then went on top, and then he fixed it again? Like, how? But definitely used a fixative. I'm so sure of it. And if he's, well, he wouldn't be watching this, but if he happens to, he'd be going, tisk, tisk, Chrissy. Like this, I reckon he'd be saying. Yeah. He cuts his pastels to create a sharp edge. Yes, I know. Paints with shards. Yes, he likes to break pastels all the time. For all of those who use pastels, soft pastels, are you the ones that that are not afraid to snap your pastel? Like, you get the full pastel, snap it, you know, shave it so you can get a special point. What ways? Yes. Do you like doing that? And I think in the beginning, when I first bought my soft pastels, I thought, oh no, I want to keep my pastel all nice and long. No. So, of course, now I break them off when I need to, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I break them off, but yeah. Yeah. So, Vicky, if you're not doing anything, go there and check it out. I think it's open today, so the opening was yesterday. Yeah, break them, sandpaper them. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. But what I like is that what I liked about his work, he's beautiful water. He does water beautifully. Skies are beautiful. Well, you see, he's done landscapes of Newcastle, you know what I mean, and certain parts of Newcastle, or the areas around. Like, you know, people that know the area would know exactly where he's been and painted. So, yeah, definite. So, okay, I will go. Cook's Hill. I need to pop into the shop for more paper today. Oh my gosh, I never get to see you, Vicky. Rod painted the big mural in the shop. Yes, yes. Also, for those where I work, this particular artist, again, that we're talking about, he painted soft pastels on a wall, like a great big mural. Well, no, not a mural. Well, is it a mural when it's on a wall? There's a question. It's like a painting, but it's on the wall. And it's one of those things, well, that's inspired me. I go, wouldn't that be nice for me to paint something on a wall at home? Oh my gosh, that would be an absolute undertaking. First of all, my husband would have to allow me to do it. Although he's quite adventurous, so he would be for it, but you need to go. All right, AMD, thank you so much for popping in to say hello. Nuria, you always break your pastels? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's a mural when it's on a wall. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I haven't got it. I should take a photo of it. I will take a photo of this and post it on Share Your Art with Xrissart. Okay. Yes, it would be a mural. Okay. Well, then it's a mural. But when you see it, you might as well just put a frame, nail a wooden frame on the wall, because it's like a painting. But it's huge. I don't know, it must be like about, look, I'd say, I don't know, Vicky, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 2.5 meters by about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 meters. Like, it's a big thing. It's big. And so it's, you know, it's a place in a local area, because in Newcastle, the Newcastle CBD, if I can say, the central, like the city, it backs up to the beach, like to the beach, to the beach. And so we're very fortunate that we've got a city where you can be in an office 1 minute and then you can go and surf in your lunch break. Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah, so this fellow, he's painted on a wall, and that's my, apart from I've still got a few very big projects that I need to finish, but that is going to be one of my life ones, like, you know, on my bucket list. I want to do one that goes from one side. I'm not on a wall, but I want to do the biggest painting that goes from one side of the wall to the other. Now, I remember, Heidi, one time you sent me you went into I think it was a library, a bookstore, and in that bookstore, I think that there was a mural, and it was going on forever. It was going on forever, and you were amazed by it. And then when you shared it to me, and I thought, oh, that is so nice. That is so nice. Muur in Dutch means wall. We did that at school. Use pastel on the wall, says Abigail. That is so interesting. And Vicky says, from memory, he painted pastel ground onto the gyprock. Gyprock is what some people, what builders use for walls. I don't know if they call that in other countries the same. Okay, and Vicky says, from memory, he painted pastel. Yeah, sorry, I read that. Okay, I have it. Let me find it. All right, and share it. And Heidi says, Chrissy, is the mural in a place where people can't touch it? Does it come off if touched? Maybe he sprayed that too. The mural is in the front of the shop. There's a wall. People do go up to it, and I suppose it is tempting to touch it. I haven't seen people touch it, but maybe behind our backs they do. But yes, it is fixed. I know this for sure. It is fixed. And did it with acrylic. And did it with acrylic. Her baby's. And did it with acrylic. Her baby's room was amazing. Oh, yes. I remember that. Yes. Oh, I miss Anne. I hope she's fine. Yes, that was a fantastic mural in the. It was a bookstore. Yeah, it was 30 feet or more long. Oh, it would have been huge. Yes, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, what kind of patience would you need to be doing something like that? See, this is what I mean. How inspiring. People like this just inspire me. And you all inspire me. You do so many fantastic things. I'm thinking, oh, I wish I'd thought of that. Let me see if I can do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I love to have that feeling when I'm going, oh, I wish I'd thought of that. Oh, yes, let me see if I can do it. Inspiring, yes. I love to be inspired, and you guys inspire me all the time. Heidi, if you dare to touch it, your hands get cut off. That's right. Oh dear. Look, I suppose it would be natural. Sometimes, you know what? It doesn't look like, you know, sometimes you've got to tell people it's a painting because it actually looks like a poster. You know what I mean? It looks like someone just stuck something on there, but it's not. Yeah. But I thought, wouldn't that be good? Maybe if wouldn't that be interesting if I did it on the wall too? I'm trying to think. You would have to somehow prime your wall. Obviously, you'd prime it with It'd have to be a pastel primer. Could you imagine the pastel primer that you'd have to get? Because it needs to, because remember, it's pastel, and if it doesn't adhere, you know, it's going to fall off. Let's face it, that has to happen. I mean, common sense makes me think that way. Yeah. But very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could go, I mean, if people want to go big, right, the wall is the thing to do it, isn't it? Definitely the wall. Yeah. No, it would have to be more than 2.5 meters. I don't know how big it would be. It would be very big. Janice, hello. How are ya? Nice to see you, my dear. Welcome, welcome. Abigail says Rembrandt's Night Watch is 3.63 by 4.37 meters. Now that's a very big painting too, isn't it? With pastel, yes. I would say yes. Yeah. But it's nice to be inspired. It's nice to, you get the create, and it gets the creative juices going, doesn't it? That's her ear, that's her headdress there. Got to make sure that I know where I'm at. I've got to make sure I know where I'm at. But yes. Well, you know what? Oh, also, I thought to myself, well, if it can't be on a wall, did you know that you could get Pastelmat on a roll? Like on a roll. I've got to find out how many meters it is. 3, 4, 5. I've got to find out, because if I can get Pastelmat on a roll, I would probably, I don't know if I'd, yeah, I want to go from one side of the room to the other. I don't know if I would, yeah. So there's that. That's a project which I've been thinking of. It's good to have ideas, you know. Some are a bit ambitious, and some are, you know, some are doable. But I think it's when I set myself difficult tasks, or difficult paintings, and believe you me, I get very nervous before I start. But then once I get going, it's not a problem. Do you know what I mean? This year is the year that I've got to finish some serious projects that I've had for a very long time. So some of them have just got to be done. Unfortunately, life has thrown me quite a few curveballs lately. But definitely I'm on the straight and narrow. And yeah, so that's one project which I would like to do, a really, really big one. Okay. They had to cut it for it to fit in the museum. They never found the missing piece. Oh, is that right? Oh my gosh. He used oils. It must have taken forever to dry. Oh yeah. Wow. That's a big painting. Like, that's big. That's big. Okay, Heidi says, some of the paintings in the Louis are so huge. I never imagined them to be that big. Very impressive to be able to work that large. Oh yeah, I went to the, yes, I totally agree. In the Louvre, sorry, in the Louvre. Okay. Some of the paintings in the Louvre are so huge, yes. I never imagined them to be that big, yes. Look, I totally agree with you. Those would be like lifelong projects, wouldn't they? They'd have to take years, because there's one. I went to the New South Wales Art Gallery, and I stood in front of this painting so you could gauge how big this painting was. Honestly, it was so huge. It was huge. It was, I don't know, the size of two walls, you know, on top of each other, by about half a room size, you know, just, it was mad. I don't know how they do it. Like, how do they do it? Just big paintings. I am not, yes. Yes, on a roll, Janice, you should see it. I mean, it's at my workplace. It was massive. It's massive, but I want anthracite, and we don't have anthracite there, so otherwise I would have bought it. And you know what, in our shop, a roll like that big I think it costs around about the $600 mark. Expensive. It's expensive. But could you imagine painting something like that? I'd have to save up my pretty pennies for that one, just to get the surface, let alone, you know, the art supplies that go with that. It's massive. Heidi, yet the Mona Lisa is so small. Most people expected it much bigger than it actually is. It's 77 by 53 centimeters. I swear, 77. Okay, 53. I've got a, just so happens I've got a tape measure. 53 centimeters is there. So that must be lengthways. And 77. I'm still going. That's a good size. But it took Leonardo da Vinci like how long to do? I think he traveled, didn't he? And it took him forever to finish that that painting, sorry, didn't it? Yes, that's pretty surprising to me too. The size of Mona Lisa. Yes, Avogadro. I was surprised how small. Yeah, okay. Yes, it's disappointingly small. $600, I'd gesso the wall. That's what I mean, it's expensive. Like, I have to really think about, really think about. Yes. But then, how would you get it out of the room? Like, could you imagine having to frame it? It'd have to be, I don't know, just, I'd have to really think about, if I'm going to do a painting that size one day in my life, if God lets me live this long. I'm not saying it's a now thing, but if God lets me live this long and I decide to do that, if I rummage up the courage to do it, how would you frame it? Would you frame it? And how do you transport it out of the room? Like, you would need a truck, wouldn't you? To take it somewhere for it to be doing, I don't know, you'd have to talk to a framer. You'd have to talk to someone who's in the business of doing things like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's why I say that, because, yeah, it's a big job. Chrissy, what colour is the Pastelmat roll? I think it comes in a few colours. It doesn't come in every colour. I've got to check. I think it's too light for me. I always want something a little bit darker to work on. I think it all depends. I've got to have a look. If it's dark grey, I'd be okay with that. If it's some sort of dark neutral colour, dark grey would be my next colour. Yeah, I've got to check. So then it would, if it's not on if it's not on the roll, it'd have to be on the wall. Yeah, and then could you imagine if I was to sell the house? Oh, what would you do with that painting? Oh my gosh. Yeah, see. Oh, I'd just have to stay, wouldn't it? Oh, that the new owners would probably paint over it. They probably would have thought, what the heck is that? It took Leonardo 21 years to paint his Madonna with Child. Wow. Was that the one, not Mona Lisa? I can't remember. I thought it was Mona Lisa. And he took it with him everywhere he went, didn't he? Yeah, the whole door is covered. Huh? Okay. I put a huge sticker on a tropical scene on the inside of the restroom. The whole door is covered. Oh. See, things like that. I mean, gosh. Just amazing, hey? Yeah. Every time I have to Abigail, you are so funny. Every time I have to go, it feels like a vacation. You are the funniest people, I swear. It's a good thing I get the joke. Half of the time I never get the joke. Oh gosh. Sorry, I had to just get to her eyebrows there. It was something that has been annoying me, and I just thought let me get to it. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. You're so funny. You're so funny. Yeah, so there you go. These are the sort of things I'm thinking of. And these are these bucket list type projects. And I think Heidi, you inspired me for something like that. You know, when you're talking about your sketchbook project that you wanted to do, and yeah, you know what I think is, now that we're talking about sketchbooks, you know what is a really good idea for a sketchbook? I don't know if some people have, if you've thought about this, but there was a customer that came in and they were looking for a journal book. But what they wanted to do was, it was a book where And I think, what a lovely gift to give someone. There was this elderly lady who was quite artistic, and she wanted a journal where she wanted to do some paintings and pictures, but then she also wanted to put recipes. So this is a book that she would like to hand over to her granddaughter. And I thought to myself, how nice is that? Like, for example, there could be a page where you did a painting and then there was a recipe. Do you know what I mean? Or a trick, a tip on something that, a lifelong tip. You know, it could be something, you know, it could be sewing on a button, how you would sew on a button. Or it could be, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be a travel tip. Or it could be anything in your world, inside you, that you feel that you wanted to share. Yeah. So there's something else. Gosh, I'd have to, at the moment, I've got 2 granddaughters. So if I was to, and I thought, what a bloody good idea. If I was to do something like that, I've got 2 granddaughters, and so far only one of my children are producing, which is okay, right, at the moment, right? Because I don't think the others are ready for anything like that. So I'd have to do a few sketchbooks that would have that kind of thing. See, this is what I mean. All these ideas, all these inspirations, and I've got a limited time to do it all. So I think what I need to do is get cracking, Chrissy. Get cracking. Okay, yes, it's called Junk Journal. I love them. Ah, yes. Is Wicked in here? Wicked! Hello! My gosh, nice to see you. Wow, how are you, my dear? Oh gosh, here we go. Nanette's going to say something. I gave you a nice welcome, Nanette. Okay, junk. Look up Junk Journal. Oh, okay. All right. I'm liking this. Yes. Okay, well, it's 1:06. Oh my gosh, it's so late. Okay, at night here in Spain, so I have to go to bed. Have a nice weekend and wonderful week. Oh, you too, Nuria. Thank you so much for staying and being a part of the chat. And talk to you soon. Hope you have a nice weekend and a lovely week as well. Yes, Junk Journal. Is that? Oh, geez, I didn't even know it had a name. I didn't even know it had a name. But I think that's just a wonderful gift to give to someone, right? To give to someone who has everything. And could you imagine that person, like it could be, say, your grandchild or your child or someone who's special in your life. Could you imagine them going through that and just flicking through pages and seeing how, you know, seeing your ideas, your thoughts, your, you know, all of this stuff. I just think it's wonderful, to be honest. Nice to catch you live. Hard to these days with work and all. Totally get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. It's a wonder I even get on the live stream half the time myself. Oh dear. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's light. There. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah. But no, I think that's a really good idea. And I'm thinking, oh. So can you see how easily it's getting inspired? Oh. And I think what you have to be also is open to ideas, and, you know, try not to say no too many times, I think is probably... Yeah, not to say no too many times, or like, you know, saying, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. I think there's no such thing as I can't do. Yeah. No such thing. Yes. Yeah. By the way, has anyone compared the new black mixed media Strathmore paper with the Artigan black? Ooh, I have to look that one up. Strathmore black. I don't think I've got the Strathmore black. I don't have the Strathmore black. Have I got the Artigan black? Ah, well, there you go. Yes. Okay, they are both Strathmore papers. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I mean the MM. I like it better than the Artigan. The mixed media. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, hey? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do the details on this lady. Oh, but I've just got to be patient, you know? Oh, but at least if I've covered things, I can work with that. And what I think with this project here, I've got to not be afraid to go real dark when I have to go dark. It's always a problem, isn't it, when we're going, ooh, it's a bit dark. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to do at the moment. Okay. Tell me more, says Wicked. The other brand paper. I thought that was the black. Sorry, I thought it was the black paper for me, but it has a worrisome flaw. So contemplating getting this new mixed media black from Strathmore. Oh, I've got to have a look at that myself. What is that? Ah, yes. We're covering slowly but surely. Okay, what medium are you using? Okay, is shared on... It's shared on Share Your Art with Xrissart. Oh, okay. All right, I'll have a look. Okay, I'll have a look. Oh, yes. Janice says, check your paper stock first. I think I better. I think I better. Yes, no. Wise words, Janice. Wise words. Oh, dear, yes. Because I'll probably find that I've got it and I haven't thought. Okay, Chrissy. Sorry, Chrissy. I have to go. I'm glad I could join for a while. Okay, Heidi, thank you so much for joining as well. Nice to see you. And we'll catch you later as well. Have a nice weekend and a nice week as well. Yeah. Dear. Okay, I'm going to have to mark a few things which I don't want to lose. So this is there. This brush is fantastic for things like this. Yes, because I don't want to lose some of this detail that's happening on her. And I know that if I cover it up, it will go. Yes. So Wicked, what would you like to, this black paper, what do you like? Because I know that you do some lovely black and white stuff, drawings. So, so what will you be painting on there? Or drawing, should I say? It's probably more to the point. Drawing. Now, can I just say, I'm not doing details. What I'm doing here is just making sure that some of my lines don't disappear underneath the pastel. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. By no means is this detail whatsoever, but it's just lines, just so I know where things are, because I know I'm going to lose it. Yeah. Yeah. Always interested, and you know, it's what's really interesting is, and it's funny how I ask you this question, because sometimes, again, when I'm talking about the shop that I work for, in the art place that I work for, sometimes I see there are artists that come in and they buy, when they purchase something, I'm a bit of a sticky beak actually, and I go, what are you going to paint with this? You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. It could be an acrylic. It could be anything, a watercolor, a particular paper, or, you know, I usually like to find out, you know, what are you painting with this? So is it something, Wicked, that you haven't thought of, or you haven't thought of a project, or you're thinking of doing something? Yeah. Okay, I think Chrissy, well, the next one will probably be another take, but bigger, at a very similar reference of one of my bodyscapes series drawings, delicate work. Oh, I can imagine the kind of detail that you would probably get into. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And it says, I think it does, but okay. Oh, okay, we're talking about the artigan. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correct, by the way. So specifically, does it erase as well as the artigan? Does it leave any more smudging? And then it says, I think it does, but have never compared them side by side. I just wanted nice dark black. and I've always liked Stonehenge. I like Stonehenge too. I mean, I'm using it for my coloured pencil piece, so which is still there, it's still happening, so yeah. Yes, okay. Coming along nicely, I think. Yep. Okay, gotta go. I'm off for a facial and spa morning. Well, that's very luxurious. Enjoy. Very nice. Okay, Vicky. There's a music in the brush. Okay. This is music. Yes. Okay, Wicca says, yeah, thank you, Nanette. Valuable info. I did like the Artigan, but this other one was never, this one was even blacker, more heavyweight and a bit more texture, but it's the smudge erase marks are a huge issue. Okay. And Sherry says, I can't stop yawning, so I think I'll have to go to bed. Have a good weekend all, and good night. Okay, Cherry. Okay, thank you all. Thank you so much for popping in to say hello. Yeah. Dear. Very nice. All right. I'm nearly there also. Yeah. Got lots to do this weekend. Oh, and I'm also trying to clear out my studio. It's a never-ending story, that one. But I can never... I think the more I clear out, the more I bring in. I think that's my problem. Yeah. I think it's time that I've got a few of these brushes, thankfully. It's time for me to trim it. I've only had it like for years and years and years, this one. Well, not for like 50 million years, but I've had it for a very, very, very long time and done a lot of projects. So I think it's time I get a new one. Although the tips are really good for eye stuff, you know what I mean? Very delicate stuff. Yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's have a look. Oh, we're getting close to finishing. Okay. All right, well, at least so far with this project, in this part, managed to start this area because I really wanted to get this part done. Still got to do the ears and the earrings, and then really then start to build in areas. Sometimes if I'll get bored and it gets maybe a bit too tedious, I'll jump from one to the other. Probably a little bit unconventional that way, but that's how I get to finish things, finish projects. But look, I just wanted to say thank you. I think it's time to go, but I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for popping in to say hello and joining in the chat. It's always a pleasure, and I always learn so many things from you guys all the time, and we learn from each other. So I'm so happy that we share all of these lovely things. All right, well, I want to wish you all a very nice weekend and a very nice week, and I'll see you all next week. So take care, and bye for now, everyone.